So today, we'll take this Baja Warrior kickstand and we're going to extend it from about 6 inches to 8.5 inches. It's for a frame I modified for a friend. I'm going to make one completely out of scratch with some tubing. Let's go over here. Go over to the vise. Alright, so first, I'm going to try to get that flat spot on the tubing. I'm going to do that by collapsing it in the press. Or you can just beat it with a hammer, but we're going to try it this way. Because after we get the flat spot in it, we're going to bend it in the press too, in the vise. Put a little more in, get a little bit more. So I have a little bit more to work with. Just going to round the edge off too. Come on. Looks good enough. Now we're going to bend it over. Put this one right next to it so I can get the proper angle. Come on, a little more. That'll do. And we just gotta round that off. We'll run a bead of weld down there just to strengthen it up. So now I gotta measure. From here down, 8.5. Alright, we're on the bench now. Measured it up. I'm going to cut it there. We're going to cut that off of there. Hopefully don't cut my fucking hand off. And weld them together. Cut them on this fucking monster. Safety glasses. Spent too many times in the hospital, in the eye hospital, so I don't play no more. It's no fun being in an eye hospital and they have to dig metal out of your eyes. Take over the bench and grind that. Now we're going to cut that off of there. it this way. Alrighty then. Time to get over to the welder. Alright, so it's time to weld. I'm gonna clean that up. Yeah, put it on the camera. There you go. Clean that up. It's pretty good. It's still hot. Still hot. Let me get lace strips. That fucker's hot. But I'm going to touch it again because I'm not too smart. Get the hole in there. You little bastard. Alright, we'll clean that nonsense up. Screw this. Go to the big grinder. That's nice. Back over them, y'all. Gotta get that on that. Yep, it's right where I want it. Let me put a little bit of an angle on this. Much better. Much better. So what I did was, it's a Baja Warrior. The kickstand's normally in the rear. Relocated it to the front, which means it needs to be a lot longer. We relocated it because its exhaust was in the way. So let's get this. Let me clean some paint off of here so we can weld it. I'm back. Had a customer come in. Alright, set this thing up to weld. Turn the gas on. Don't know if I said this, but if you're new to welding, the best thing you do to ensure a good weld is clean everything. Clean, clean, clean. Nice and clean. So I can't really get in there, but it'll be okay. Always clean everything. Matter of fact, I'm going to clean this up a little bit too, for the hell of it, even though it's already bare metal. Shimmy it up a little bit with something. Wrong way. All right, let me prime the line. So if I don't prime this, it starts to weld really shitty. Watch your eyes. Don't look into the light where you get eye herpes. Tack that there. Come on. Got a little fired, but that's alright. Hopefully I'm still on camera. There you go. All welded up. We'll run a bead down that just to strengthen it up. And here comes another customer. It's kind of a pain in the ass working in here, because the customers always come banging on the windows. Alright. Let's get that line welded up in there and stand ground. Get a little strength to that. Good in my neighborhood. Back on camera. I should just go grab welding gloves, but run a little bead down there, strengthen it up. And we'll grind this around, and then run a little bead in there, in that gap, in that gap. Come on, and we should be good. Time for grinding. My lazy ass went and got the welding gloves. Let me get some eye protection. Always wear eye protection. I'm telling you, it's no fun being in an eye hospital. I got to a point where I was going every year. And they're like, what are you here for now? And I'm like, the same shit I'm here, always here for. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Yeah. Sucks about this camera. Doesn't focus right away. I'm gonna run a bead across there so it don't open up, and then clean that up with the grinder. Alright, so we're going to weld that up a little bit. You see, I got to get a better camera, and then we'll grind it up and clean it up. Alrighty, let me close that gap up a little bit. Let's grind them up again. Back over here. pretty good. We'll clean it up more with the little grinder. Looks good. I'm happy with it. Should work. Yep, put it on camera. Should work pretty good. Now, for the spring, I gotta put one of these on there. Probably just cut that off and tack it right on there. So let me get a cutter. Alright, cut that bitch off. I know I talk about eye protection, but I'm not even worried about my hands, huh? Just ain't no fun having metal dug out of your eye. A little bent, but we're gonna work with it. Put it up in the grips. Get my marker. Put a dot right about where it was before. Right about there. That'll go in the scrap pile. Clean this up a little bit. Take over the grinder. It's bent and it's not exactly straight. Alright, let's pack this pig on. Let's switch to the mask. Come over this side. Make sure I'm all on camera, or this whole video is useless. Stop shaking. There you go. One more spot. Good to go. Brand new. Extended Baja Warrior kickstand. Nice. Don't ever be afraid to fabricate your own shit. Some people out there like to discourage people because they like to feel special and they're the only ones that can do it. Anybody can do this shit. It's just a matter of getting the tools. Get a glove so I won't burn myself. Clean it all up, get it ready for paint. Alright. Not too shabby. Hopefully it works out good for them. Alright, so we got the Baja Warrior extended kickstand. That little nub's gonna bother me. All welded up. Quick and easy. No problem. Like I said before, don't let anybody discourage you into trying this shit yourself. The first time you weld, it's going to look like shit. Everybody's done it. Doesn't matter. If you buy like a Harbor Freight resin core welder or any resin core welder, or it's going to look like shit when you weld at first, because that's just the nature of them. They're this little nubs, like these little splatter, are just everywhere. But they'll do the job too. I'm fortunate enough to be able to have access to that monster. You can weld a goddamn ship together with that thing. And I have a resin core and my own plasma. Or not plasma. Yeah, I got a plasma cutter too. TIG welder. I'm not good at TIG welding yet. I just bought it in August and used it like 5 times. But this stuff's really easy. It's nothing to be scared to do, scared about. Just, you know, it's simple. As far as welding, always make sure your metal is clean. If it's pitted, like, or paint on it, it's going to weld like shit. You get a welder, make sure it's plugged into a very good outlet, because that will affect the way the welder welds. If it's not a good contact, if the outlet's real shitty, or if you use too long of an extension cord, you can use them. Don't recommend it, but you can. The weld will turn out shittier because the welder's dropping in amperage. Always make sure you got a good clean ground clamp. I always clean these up every once in a while. Because if you don't have a good ground on there, it'll weld like shit. And sometimes people think it's just them, and it's really not. It could be the fact that the outlet that it's plugged in is heating up. Like this one here, this will start acting up because of, where's she at? It's around here somewhere. Here it is. This large extension cord. It's 220. But that sits over here and it tends to get dirty, like stuff off this bench falls in it, like motor oil and shit, and it'll weld like shit. It wants to be clean as hell. The welder will start acting up. Same thing with my small welder. It starts heating up, the outlet starts heating up, it welds like shit. But some people get discouraged and think it's them. It's really not. Welding is actually pretty easy, especially MIG welding. TIG welding, can't tell you anything about it because I am not good at it right now. I'm actually a little bit better at the aluminum TIG welding than the steel, which makes 0 sense, but when I start doing that, I'll video that and everybody can laugh at me and tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong. It is what it is. Alright, thanks for watching.